All right, this is a method for growing mostly annual flowers. I started this for my cool season flowers. I'm going to show you how they look, and then I'm going to do this for my warm season flowers. So this is a method where you basically mass plant in a tray, and then you prick out the plants once they get to their first sets of true leaves. So this is a cool season tray. I'll show you what it looks like. And I've already started pulling from this tray and planting these out in the garden. Some you could pot up, so if it's not time yet to put them in the garden, then you pot them up. One of the strengths of using this method, one, for me, I do it selfishly because not selfishly, but practicality, because I don't have a ton of space of lights indoors. I only have one rack of lights. And so I really have to prioritize what things go under the grow lights. And I couldn't afford the space. If I did, I would have to give up on my vegetables to give each of these its own full tray. So what I did is I just did little rows of each type of cool season flower. And then what I've done is I come back out when they start to produce that first true leaf, and you just prick out the plant like this. So this, I believe, is it's either a yarrow or a chamomile, but you can see how cute it is, so little. So at this point, you can pot it up or you can plant it out. So you can go ahead and put it in the garden. If you plant it out, the temperatures need to be just right. It needs to stay, you have to baby it, right? Because it is a baby. Or you could pot this up and then, do it however to bring it to the next level. I'll show you some of these potted up in just a minute. So this is the method. You mass plant, then you prick it out once it's to the first set of true leaves, and then you either transplant it or move it into a bigger pot, keep it under lights, and then move it out. So that's the first benefit of this, is it just, if you don't have a lot of space and lights, it makes the most and gets these plants going faster. If your lights are at a premium, if you have only so much space. The other reason is to make sure that you're only giving space to things that are actually growing. So, not every seed you plant is going to germinate. Bummer. Maybe, unless, you might be lucky. But for the most part, a lot of the seeds we plant don't germinate. And so what this allows us to do is only make space for the things that germinate. So, I might have given a whole tray space to these chamomile seeds, but only say 15, 20 of them came up, and grew to the first little baby seedling. Let's see if we can pull this out. They're so cute and tiny. So you are going to lose some through the transplanting process, but I found a lot of luck doing it this way, and I end up with lots more flowers. So I'm looking even in my bed here. Just this past weekend, my daughter and I, we transplanted some little baby calendulas out of this tray, and some Cresspedia. So that's the one I'm the most excited about. It's that little button ball flower. Oh my gosh, if that works, I'm gonna scream. Let me show you what that baby looks like. So this is a Cresspedia baby. It's kind of spiky. It almost looks like a little cactus or something. Anyway, you can see I've already pricked all those out because those are the ones I was the most excited about. So on this tray, I have dianthus over here. Then I have some chamomile. I have Cresspedia. Those are all gone already. Then I have a Kentucky golden chamomile. I have a yarrow flower burst. And then I have a yellow yarrow. So 2 yarrows, I think 2 chamomiles, and then Cresspedia and dianthus. So all flowers that, like the cool season, they don't mind frost. And they're all right here. So they can all go out into the garden now. And I got a jump start by starting them in the tray. So let me grab the how I potted them up. So hold one second. Okay, so here's a tray to show you how I potted these up just last weekend. So today is Thursday. I potted these up on Saturday. So it's been about 5 days. And these are the Cressipedias, the ones that are going to be the little button flower. I'm so excited about these, and you can see how they're doing. Most of them are still alive. They're kind of just sitting there. They always go through a little bit of transplant shock. This one's still going. And then I also did some, I think these are yarrow. The yarrow and chamomile look pretty similar to me. But I also did a few of the of those here at the end. So this is the option if you are not ready to put it directly into your garden as a little baby. You can pot them up. So you can see how much more space this takes, right? And there's only like 18 plants here, whereas on this tray there's probably 200. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this for the warm season. So I have 2 trays that I'm going to be using. First is a draining tray, and it's a deep tray so that these plants can push their roots. They're not going to have a lot of horizontal space, so I want to give them a lot of vertical space. And then I have a non-draining tray here, and I'm just going to slide this right in like that, okay? So I'm going to experiment. I do not have this seed starting mix you see here in this tray. I didn't love it. It had a lot, to me it had way too much vermiculite, or whatever the white stuff is. It was just so chunky. I didn't like it. So I am going to do this one just of compost and, you know, see the results. I'm always up for a good experiment. So I'm just starting this in 100% mushroom compost. We just went and bought some of this weekend for my potato barrels. So I've got extra, and I think it'll be fun to test out how it works. So I am just covering the little draining tray like this, and then I'm going to be planting these with zinnias and cosmos. So I have a bunch of zinnia and cosmos from Florette. If you don't know Florette Flower, you should get to know her. She's famous, and you've probably heard of her, but she's one of my heroes, and she has a flower farm in Washington State and has created such an incredible business. So this is Gardenary giant lime. So these are much bigger seeds than those ones that I use for my cool season crops. So what I'm going to do is attempt to give each of these, you know, like a little space on here, maybe an inch or so. And my goal is that they're successful enough that I can prick, almost like cut these up like little biscuits, you know, after they each sprout. So I'm just going just like that. Zinnias they are not frost tolerant, so you wouldn't want to plant these out right now. For me, I've still got at least a month where there's a chance of frost. Now I was thinking I'm going to be able to plant tons of zinnias in this one tray, but I can already tell that I'm going to run out of space because there are a lot. She was very generous in this seed package, and there are a ton of zinnias just in this one package. So I think I'm going to stop there because that's a lot, right? That's a lot of lime zinnias. So I'm going to put these up. These are Gardenary giant lime. The one I'm the most excited about is Oklahoma salmon and Lilliput salmon. She has these gorgeous kind of muted peach colors that I really love. And there's less of these, of course. So I'm going to start that here and just go along, and I'm just going to keep planting it like that. So once these are planted, I will add a little bit of water to the bottom tray, and then these do not have to be under lights until they come up. So I'm expecting probably 5 to 7 days from now they will be ready to go under lights, but not until then. They can just kind of sit there and start to germinate. So this is a simple way to start your seeds indoors, especially if you don't have a lot of room and you want to get a jump start on the season. I know I want to have, one of my goals this year is to have more flowers than I've ever had before. So I'm trying to make that happen by planting a lot more seeds. So try out this method if you want to have more flowers too. And I'll keep you posted on the progress of mine, as well as the progress of my cool season flowers that I started on the tray, I don't know, about a month ago. All right, thanks so much for watching. Good luck planting all your flowers, and I'll keep you posted on my progress. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.